Rise,
Yeah,
how are you, mate?
I'm sad.
Where's Cheech?
Where's Cheech?
Cheech, are you around here?
Cheech. Where is he?
Cheech?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what. Let's go.
That was close.
How we doing, boys? Fantastic or what?
Feeling good.
Champagne showers.
Feeling good.
The most loyal fan of all time, Chichi!
He's a nugget now.
But he's sticking you and taking all your money.
Welcome to the Bronx Cheer Basketball Show. I'm your host, Nafe. This is your co-host, Rise, and this is your co-host. What do you want to come up with a new name as well? The Chichi McNuggets
Heat fan.
Heat fan. Are you a Heat fan?
Yeah. Come on. But hey, I just wanted to say I had Nuggets winning it. We're cooking.
Of course you did.
12
Disclosure.
games tonight. 15.
I recall some man named Chichi when the playoffs started. I'm going for Milwaukee and Sacramento. And we won't forget those.
No, but I had Nuggets winning it.
The fight. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Literally last week, 2 weeks ago.
No, I had it at the start.
What start?
the
At
very
the start.
Of what?
Of the triangle. Of the bracket.
Oh, right. Okay.
Thank you.
Maybe at the start of the playoffs. But 2 weeks ago, with this
Yeah.
series, you both said Miami. I'm not here.
Yeah.
said
Come on,
Miami.
right? As if I can't say Miami. Come on.
Ah,
man.
you believe.
Like, what the hell am I supposed to say? What the hell,
I'm
man?
not taking this shit. You swing. You.
No, what am I supposed to do?
Chi-Chi said in the group chat yesterday, cut the heads off Miami, and I knew he was out. I knew he was out.
Bro,
That
I
means-
was watching today.
Yeah.
It was tense.
Yeah, I just caught the
It
10-minute
was-
highlight.
Such an intense
I love
48-minute of
Loved it.
basketball. Like
Loved it.
they were like, oh, it's like a terrible game, like in terms of the shooting. Nah, man, it was phenomenal.
I wish every game would be like that.
It was so tense, and that's what heat ball does to you. Because hey, the Nuggets haven't scored like 120 as they usually do. If you look at them like winning like through the whole round, they're scoring 120, 130. But Heat, make sure you bring that dog, that grin and grind.
I like how they didn't give
100
up
Yeah.
to the very end.
Yeah.
Maybe the last 7 seconds, but they didn't give up.
We make every team play down to our level. You have to really work for it. And we really tried. That first half was phenomenal.
So if you're living under a rock, they call the Colorado Rockies or the Denver Rockies, whatever, that's something. If you're living under a rock, you might not know that the Denver Nuggets beat the Miami Heat today in Game 5 to win 4-1 and take home their first NBA title, the first in franchise history. They spent...
God damn.
They're the second team from the merger after the Spurs to come in and win a championship. It's the 47th year of their history of existence, the Nuggets. Jokic, just going through all these stats and all that. Jokic is the first player to lead playoffs in total points, total rebounds, and total assists.
Bang, bang, bang.
God damn.
He's the sixth non-US born player to win the finals MVP. I had my cousin messaging me asking, is he the best player ever to be born outside the USA?
Not yet.
Not yet was my answer as well.
Thank you.
Who is?
Well, I'm not going to say that I've watched everything, but there's Hakeem.
Thank you.
There's,
Okay, yeah.
I would go, I haven't seen, I'm going to act like I've actually watched a full game of Hakeem, but I went straight to, okay, isn't it Hakeem? And then there's, obviously, I would even put, has Jokic passed Dirk already?
I was about to say Dirk.
Yeah,
Jokic
I
is
feel like it's the
crazy.
same level at this point.
That's
but
right. Like, he should pass him.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah,
you
yeah,
say
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And personally, all time, we'll talk about, like, right now, but all time, I don't know if I've currently got him above Giannis. If both their careers ended here, I don't know if I've actually got Jokic above Giannis at this moment, legacy-wise. Not...
Yeah, legacy-wise, yeah.
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 And so there's Giannis as well. And and even maybe Gasol is a stretch, but Gasol's another one.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah.
And then Tony Parker.
Yeah, but you know what? Nikola Jokic, that's right. Nikola Jokic is only 28.
28.
So he's probably going to pass like Dirk, you'd think.
Yeah,
And
bare minimum.
Definitely Gasol.
Shit, he's got another 5, 6 years.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, now I'm going to start the depressing part. I thought that what you were going to do was bag me. And I was saying, Ryan, if this guy's going to come in bagging me when his team's just lost. No, but you didn't.
You know what?
You were thinking about it.
No, I can
It's
right
still
now.
there.
Go.
Go, do we need it?
I was listening to some Doc Rivers.
Yes. Tell us.
He decided to, he's in like retirement mode
He's a
already.
thank God. I don't want to see him on an NBA bench again.
He was like, the reporter was like, "Oh, so how was it to coach James Harden?" this season?"
No, did you tune into Bill Simmons?
Yeah. He was like, challenging.
Is that what he said?
No way.
Yeah.
We've talked about this
No
before.
way.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before. Love or hate Bill Simmons, he uploads quickly. And that's, we're recording the night after the game, and we have to do that per se. So, for example, I've just got like the mismatch, which is also the ringer, the low post, also Sam Vecini's Game Theory podcast, all just like they've uploaded already.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear what they have to say. Anyway, I see Bill Simmons' headline, Doc Rivers, and I'm like, oh, he's got Doc Rivers on the show. And then I'm like, he must be in retirement mode, Doc Rivers. On Denver's first title, the Zombie Heat, Jokic versus the Greats, and why it wasn't Philly. 1 hour, 13 minutes, and I screenshot, I sent it to my Philly friends. I'm like, that's the most nightmarish title.
Yeah.
Bill Simmons and Doc Rivers
I-
reuniting in their Boston love and their hate for Philly now, and fucking, oh my God. I'm going to I'm going to tune in when I can and just listen to Doc trashing us now, like he trashed Ben Simmons. But fuck me.
Can
yeah,
I bet you some more?
Yeah. Tell us more. This is juicy.
He's like, Maxi's all right, but we could get
Get out.
get something, a stronger point guard, a bigger point guard. But he's good. He's good.
Are you taking the piss? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait,
he
who
was-
said this?
but-
I'm tuning in.
But I have to say, I'm clickbaiting. But he was like really advocating for Maxi, but he still left it like we need a better point guard.
Really?
Can you
And-
believe that he was one of the finalists for the Suns job? How can you seriously be
I
now?
wish they got him.
That's
And
that would've
then,
been good.
and then coming into Philadelphia, he's like, man, scars everywhere because of the whole process,
His
tanking
excuses.
Here we go.
thing. And then he said he's just gonna do 1 year of podcasting and just shooting gigs.
Because he used to be on ESPN.
I remember.
He loves media and shit. Anyway, let's not talk too much.
Wow. I
I've
didn't tune into that.
I've got a fire building now in me, and I will, yes, be hate listening to that. But the Denver Nuggets are your 2023
champions.
NBA champions. This is got to be the most jolly NBA runner-up fan, NBA Finals runner-up
couldn't do
fan
it.
you'll ever see.
I had time to think about it. I've had time, and yeah, like first of all, I'm feeling much better today. Apart from 20 minutes ago, me and Mr. Toilet had a bit of a but yeah, I guess it's my first full day since my sickness, so I'm feeling.
Oh,
a bit
yeah, you were
positive.
Welcome
sick.
back.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
Forgot about
so
that.
I'm
I can't
feeling a
believe
bit
you come
positive.
in with all this.
So,
The Denver Nuggets since we last spoke, they went into Miami. They took both games. We had Jamal Murray, we had Jokic, we had Aaron Gordon down there in Miami. We didn't have much of Michael Porter. We had a bit of Bruce Brown, of course. We had a bit of Christian Brown. And then coming back up to Game 5, yes, let's talk about today, as you said. So the story of the day was no one was hitting easy jump shots. No one was hitting shots. And as you said before, I loved it. If you've listened to this podcast, you'll know that I hate the way the game is trending in like Boston, just like bombing threes, three.
Game of runs.
Both teams weren't hitting their threes today, and so that just meant that both teams had to just tough it out.
Work hard.
It was an absolute ragged rock fight, dog. I'm trying to think of more adjectives.
So, like, for me, I felt like there was so many steals. Like,
yeah,
because everybody was wanting that possession so
That's
much
right.
more, because they're like, look, if we can get up like 4 points now, like, you know, we're really somewhere. So each possession was really magnified.
That's right.
And it was like, man, transition basket was huge.
Yeah.
The steals,
So
the blocks,
huge.
the big rebounds, the you know, even when you hit a shot, like it didn't just feel like a normal jump. When someone hit a jump shot, it didn't feel like a normal jump shot, and that's how it should feel.
Yeah.
I just want to say that.
Yeah.
That's how it should feel. When someone hits a jump shot, it should feel like a punch in the face.
Yeah.
It should feel like, fuck, how he made that in this
Yeah.
atmosphere. You know, when Kyle Lowry hitting those shots, when Michael Porter Jr. and Murray hit their shots, when Jokic is hitting his shots inside like the inside the arc and all those floaters on the move.
KCP throw we watched.
KCP, Bruce Brown doing his grit. Aaron Gordon, I think, only had 2 points or something like that on the day, but I felt like he had a great game. You know what I mean? Everyone out there today. Gabe Vincent was quiet for like the first half, but even he had a, you know,
that huge point where it was Murray ran into him straight into the center, and then grabbed the ball from him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the ref said jump ball.
Yeah.
But like that kind of contribution.
And when Lowry got like hip checked in the face. He was going up, and
He
they
was
didn't.
going up.
They called side out. But like, I know you can say this about every single game, but Lowry was begging for his life for that to be 2 shots.
Oh yeah.
Or three
Three,
shots
yep.
because as you said, I know again they say this every game, but today every possession meant your life.
Every rebound.
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
you couldn't just walk up and take a 3 and then that's like, you know, easy offense.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Today everything was earned.
Suffocating.
And I feel so bad. I feel bad that there had to be a loser on this day because, man, the Heat. How many times did it look like the Heat could have gone at risk of going down like 8 or 10, and then Gabe Vincent even having not a great game, Lowry, Jimmy right at the end, bam,
Martin.
just step up, Martin, step up and just put it in, and it's like, fuck, how do they stay? How do they keep doing it?
It was suffocating watching it, exhausting. Because you remember with the air oxygen thing as well. I'm just like,
hey,
high altitude.
Not the excuses now.
no, but like, man, we deal with humidity out in South Beach. But, you know, it was just high octane basketball.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it was amazing.
It was great. Fantastic.
And Jokic getting in foul trouble in the first half helped as well because he was the only efficient player on the whole court, it seemed.
Oh, yeah.
He said maybe they could have... The Heat sort of were on top in the first half. Maybe if Jokic was on the court a bit more, same with Gordon, maybe things could have been a bit different. But overall, I love this game.
Oh, yeah.
I wish that Jimmy could have been around in the first half because the 13 points that he scored, or however many it was, in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter was incredible. I didn't love, after the first time out, going to him for a turnaround contested 3.
Oh, that was terrible.
I love Jimmy and all that he does. I just don't think you have to keep going back to 3s. Just because you're feeling it now, this is not the time to just keep, like we saw it last season. You don't have to... You're not actually a great 3-point shooter. You know what I mean? Do what... They're still going to feel it if you make a mid-range or if you go to the ring. You know, try and go for an M1. You know what I mean?
It's like what they always say for LeBron. You know, why are you always settling for the 3? Just go in, make them work for it. You might get the foul. Maybe you could have pump faked and then just gone in because it was quite that possession was quite scruffy. Like to pass it off to Duncan, he couldn't even get the ball cleanly, and then he passed it back, and then just the shot in Aaron Gordon's face.
Where I thought the game, 2 moments where I thought the game was over. Bruce Brown put back.
Yeah,
When Bruce Brown came and got that put back from the inside of Aaron Gordon's ribs and Jimmy Butler and them holding Aaron Gordon down. I'm like, yeah, they're doing well there. And then Bruce Brown just slithers in, grabs it, puts it back. I'm like, this is what I said to Ryan because we watched a little bit before. You don't think of that. You don't like, this is in these moments.
It's
like
instinct.
sometimes when you're in such a high octane, high intensity game like this, in your adrenaline, you come up with, oh my God, I can do this. Just like when, was it, who made the putback? There was a putback by a Heat player. Derek White, but there was a Heat player putback as well. I don't know.
In this game, sorry.
No. In somewhere in the playoffs or somewhere, there was also...
I think it was Martin.
Yeah, it might have been...
I'm still shook from White. So
Yeah,
let's go
White
with
was
White.
full on. White was a good one. But yeah, sometimes you just think, oh, I've never thought of this. Like, I wouldn't think of this 9 times out of 10. But right now, I'm going to think Bruce Brown just thought, you know what? I can see those 3 guys going for that board. They're gonna
lean back.
You can just
because they're all gravitating.
Yeah,
towards one
Brown
way.
felt
all,
it.
Yeah,
and he goes and grabs it and just puts it back. I'm like, oh no.
And it was a tough putback.
That's a moment. And then the final sealer, I reckon, that was a bit careless from Jimmy when he passed it to KCP.
Oh, that was so dumb.
They should have faded away and just shot it.
I said to Ryan, you look at this play, even just a split second. Jimmy Butler's a lot smarter than me on the basketball court.
No, I'm sad
Drives
now.
in, turns around, looks around, he starts looking at Max Strus over there in the corner 3 or whatever.
Don't.
And you can see KCP's body shape when you pause it, that KCP's looking at Jimmy and he's already ready, he's on his toes, he's ready to run. If anything, pass it the other way. Like, pass it to the corner more because Strus has got the KCP on. Anyway, I'm not saying...
It happened all game. Like, both teams were doing that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, how many steals did Miami Heat got from that kind of similar and vice versa? And then just to see, like, you know, our MVP to throw it away like that.
When he threw it, I was like, wow, that was such a simple turnover, and I didn't expect that from Jimmy.
Simple, in critical moment.
And that was it. That's when I was like, that's gone.
He was selling for most of the game. I don't give a damn.
We can talk about this, man. All right, let's start with this. I mean, we'll talk about the Nuggets in a second, but give me a percentage on how much the injury was crippling him, because he said in his press conference after there was no injury. I think it had to be an injury because
it's Shakira. Shakira. You haven't seen?
No, what was that?
Oh,
Shakira.
they've been
They've been
seeing
dating.
each other.
Oh, you think-
allegedly? Nah. I think it's an injury.
Because, man, we haven't seen we talked about this last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
We haven't seen Explosion Jimmy since Game 2 of the Celtics series.
Haven't seen it. And when you saw it on the fast breaks, he was like, I don't really want to jump each time.
And I, you know what? The way he handled the media about it,
He owns it
commend him for. Yeah, but like even today, he said no injury.
That's right. Like, he takes accountability.
My ankle's fine.
No excuses.
No excuses. It'd be nice for us to know, but you know what? We don't need to know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he said we lost. And the other part about it is, like, what about when he made the 13 points in a row, the 2 threes, and then the other buckets? I can point to, well, if you are injured, how can you go on a run like that? Bigger picture, he was not the same.
No.
He was not the Jimmy Butler, and for all your injuries, he's the one that can't be hindered. You know, if he goes down or if his quality goes down, for all your amazing feats in this playoffs, if Jimmy goes down, it's curtains.
Well, for me,
because he could have won you 1 or 2 games out of those 5. You know what I mean?
Well, like we messed up in Game 4 when Jokic had 5 fouls in the fourth quarter with 10 minutes left. We didn't make them work, or we didn't.
They made yous work, if anything, as well.
Then the other one, I think we had opportunity with Bam and Butler. They were doing like a 2-man game, just completely didn't work out as well.
Yep.
So I feel like those 2 moments where Butler could have really inserted himself to just get us level.
Yeah.
And then obviously this game, Like, I want to go back to
game.
Miami. I want to go back to Miami at least.
This game, if he could have just dropped 35, and that sounds crazy, but like if he could have just gone nuts tonight before the last 5 minutes, it was there to take.
It was there
for the taking
there.
for the Heat. It was there for the taking, man. And all the missed shots from the Nuggets. You might say, like, there were a lot of open shots, but that's like we expect Jimmy to, like, they couldn't handle the pressure of this elimination game. That's why they missed a lot of shots. I know they won, but what I'm talking about is if Jimmy was normal Jimmy, this is why I think he was a bit hobbled. I think he's the guy that I don't care about this pressure right now. I'm going to drop 35 today instead of 8 till the fourth quarter and then...
Yeah, because he was reserving energy the whole way.
Yeah.
Reserve.
Staying on the Heat, though, just quickly, I thought that, like, I'm so happy for Kyle Lowry this playoffs and this series, man.
Lowry.
I'd totally written him off, but Kyle Lowry was exceptional this whole playoffs for the most part. Caleb Martin, while he cooled down again in the finals, I hope for the best for him. I'm sure he'll get paid some money. In this next season, the season after, because he's under contract for this next season.
1 year.
Max Strus and Gabe Vincent are both free agents.
Yeah,
they've got to get.
They've
got to
get
get
one of them.
They've got to get decent contracts. And if I don't know what they're going to do, because you guys, you guys do have like few guys like with some big contracts.
Oh yeah.
Oladipo still hold. I swear he holds a big contract.
No.
Or is it not?
No, he doesn't hold a big. It's like
But it's Jimmy, Bam, Duncan, Tyler Hero, and
So that's interesting because we're talking about Duncan. So because he didn't get paid out, because he didn't win the championship, so he has $90 million. He gets $10 million released if he wins the championship. He gets like another bonus. Like if he, you know what I mean? He only gets that $90 million if he ticks all these criteria, which I don't think he made all of them. Let's say maybe he made 50% of it. So does that hold us?
I don't know.
Bring us under the salary cap?
That's
interesting.
I don't know. It will be interesting. That's when maybe later in the off season and moving into next season. I know you've brought up. We can start asking some questions of maybe Pat Riley because yes, he might choose the gritty players.
Oh yeah,
but. Man, yeah, you could do some better roster construction. What Spoelstra has done and what the Heat culture and Jimmy has done to elevate the ceiling and the floor of this team is insane. But man, you guys should have a better roster construction. But yeah, Caleb Martin, shout out, Kyle Lowry, and Bam Adebayo in the finals.
Bam, makes it happen.
Yeah.
And look, everybody is like, oh, be a superstar, this, that. No, like, if you're a real Heat fan. You're like, Bam's going to give us 20 and 10. And that's like, you know what I mean? That's his job, and he's the best at doing it. Best. For us to ask anymore, like, I think, like, hey, it's a blessing, but that's for
this
Jimmy.
finals,
That's
especially this series, Bam.
So steadfast.
Yeah.
Where Jimmy and Caleb Martin cooled off, Bam.
Still there.
Just unfortunate it's going against a Jokic.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
like if it wasn't a Jokic,
the size of Jokic,
it wasn't a juggernaut center, he would
That's right.
dominate
Like,
over the other centers.
It reminds me of, is it Sabonis on the Kings? Right? He shrinks. Like in the Golden State Warriors series, he really shrank when they exposed him. But Bam doesn't give a damn. Like, yes, he's got a compromise.
Still played his game.
But he still plays his game. And
he still looks big. He still looks big out there.
Yep, and now over to the champion Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huge.
So
It's been a long time coming. I'm just saying. Oh my
I mean,
God.
where do we start? Obviously, there's Bruce Brown. So happy for Bruce Brown.
Oh, yeah,
And,
I love that
man,
guy.
he
Headband kind of guy.
in these last few games, he was finishing the games over Michael Porter Jr. because more toughness, smarter plays. Michael Porter Jr. is still young, and he just puts up shit shots sometimes. And Bruce Brown, great defense, ferocious offense, smart plays basically. And Bruce Brown he was in Detroit, and then they sort of acquired him over. They sucked him into the Brooklyn black hole, and then that that just destroyed the universe.
Yeah, that killed everyone.
And then, but he was a shining light in Brooklyn. You know, he was like one of the only guys that could hang,
Yeah,
especially on defense for them. And I was like, wow, this guy's just been, you know, sucked into this mess and go straight to Denver.
How did they get him?
They go straight to Denver, and what a place to land, you know, amongst all this stuff. Because, I mean, you land with Jokic, Murray, just such a well-run team compared to the Nets. And he deserves to be with a couple of stars.
He's a champ.
He's a champ. He deserves
champ.
to be a champion, basically.
Yeah.
He's a great
role player.
bench, you know, piece, role player for a championship team.
Exactly.
And we thought he would be that for the for the Nets, and he wasn't. So good on Bruce Brown.
Good on
What
Bruce
was
Brown.
funny was Bones Heinlein. He's like, I want to get out of here. Like, you know, I want my shine.
Oh,
And,
no.
look what happened.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Clippers stars weren't available.
and that's what. Sorry for me pointing the finger, but it just reminded me
No, that's all
of a comment you made in a live stream where you're like, Michael Porter Jr. I hope he doesn't become like a 3-and-D guy. But I'm like, look, if you're just doing your role on this team, I think, like, what else is there to get? Like, what else is there to do? You just do your role and you do it to the most excellent of your ability, instead of, I don't know, chasing something else. And I understand, yes, you want to your full potential, but just considering where MPJ's back surgery and the rest, I think he's fine doing what he is doing right now.
Yeah.
And doesn't really need to chase it like what, you know.
Well, he
Bones has
doesn't
done.
need. I mean, we don't have to, get into that conversation again. But he doesn't need to right now because he's when you've got 2-star players like Jamal and Jokic. Yes, he doesn't need to, and this is how fortunate Denver are right now. His potential, like if you're comparing role players to like Michael Porter Jr., maybe while he's young, he happened. You don't normally get like high talent, high draft picks because he was. You don't mix high draft picks and high talent like him, high potential, with a contender. Normally, they go to a lower team. That's how it works.
Well, he came from the lower team, isn't it?
No, he was drafted by them.
Oh, he was? Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
And he was like touted to go number 1 in that draft if he wasn't already injured.
the injury.
So what I'm getting at is this guy was compared to like Kevin Durant, like before the draft, and I still believe that in the future, like he can end up their best player. For now, I understand what you're saying, and coming off the surgeries, you never know what's going to happen. That Michael Porter Jr. should just play his role and not be like take stupid shots.
Yeah.
But he should, I don't know, I would encourage him to reach for the stars. Bruce Brown shouldn't reach for the stars because he doesn't have that potential. We know what he is. He's a great role player. Maybe Michael Porter Jr. never even gets better than Bruce Brown. But when you've got the potential, you should try. You should try to reach that. I know what you're saying, but yeah, they're hard to compare. But for right now, when you don't need MPJ to step up, yeah, Bruce Brown was the better option this series. He was giving them more, same as KCP, better option than MPJ.
KCP almost sold for him, and that's where I wanted to say for I was thinking, you know, the comments I made last week when I was ill. I was like, man, Nuggets don't have defense. And it's funny because post game he talks about defense, but he was the one committing all the 3-point fouls, bruv.
He's still solid though.
I'm
I'm happy for KCP as well. He's still solid.
I'm happy for him.
He's a solid 3-and-D.
Former Laker.
3-and-D, bro. He was like, I think he was over like leveraging himself, but he was fouling everybody. It was really helping Miami get in there.
Miami are just really smart and good. You know what I mean?
We'll give him
like,
that.
KCP, it's hard to guard these guys.
Man.
Talking about that, what do you think of the foul today? The Gordon Jimmy didn't get called, didn't get overturned. Jimmy Butler goes up for a 3.
Yeah. Man, first of all, I want your opinions. You listeners out there. ESPN commentators are so trash, and TNT commentators are so good, right? Those guys were so much of whiners. They're the worst. It's sort of like our team sometimes on Monday night. We just sook about the ref all the time. Man, just get over it.
Play ball.
Play ball.
But what did you? Hold on. But you're bagging them. But what did you think?
I thought it was a foul.
You said it was a foul.
100%. The thing was, right? It was a natural shooting motion, and MPG cuts in front of him. And, like, it wasn't like he was.
It was more Gordon.
Sorry. Yeah, Aaron Gordon cuts in front of him. So it wasn't like it was a side thing where Butler went off to the side. But I just thought Butler didn't have a space to land. It was going to be such a narrow landing margin, and he was already up in the air, that had to be called a foul, especially under review. And those ESPN guys were sooking and really baiting everybody at home to hate refs all around the world.
Well, I just want to lead with I'm on the total opposite side with the not the foul, but the commentary. I'm so pro ESPN over TNT. I can't stand Reggie and when they used to have who's the Kings guy?
Yeah. I forget. I know who you're gonna say.
Who's the Kings guy?
Run
the
past
loud
the tape.
guy?
Run past the tape. Oh my god.
He called the timeout for Michigan when they didn't have a timeout.
Run through the tape.
I forgot his name. Anyway,
Yeah.
I like anyway, we don't have to get into this. I'm pro ESPN over TNT.
But the foul.
And I did see a lot of people on the internet saying it's a clear like it shouldn't be a foul.
Like a kick.
Nah, those guys don't know, man. They're not ballers.
I just think it should have been a no call. I
Nah.
don't fully think it was a foul either way. I don't think it was a foul.
No, it was a foul. You can't get that close in front of somebody landing. That close.
But it wasn't that
and
close.
it was from the side too.
But
It was abnormal.
But it wasn't that much.
I understand, right? For me, I feel like I need to play perimeter D. Show you guys, all right? If you're jumping like if your ball jumping, like this, you can go past the side. But I've never seen something like this. And being got so close to the feet. No.
Even
when you're a shooter and you jump, you're always swinging forward slightly. You're not swinging to the side, which they're trying to call off.
Yeah.
But you're swinging forward slightly just to get that nice.
I see what you're saying. I know now when you explain it like that, what I examined just with Nathan before, just quick look at it. My first interpretation was, all right, it looked like he kicked his leg, but I took it back because they showed replays of the 3 shots he shot from 3-point that he made. And it's the same motion, and that right leg also kicks out on all those shots the same way it did when they called the foul.
Okay.
So he shot one from the 45 angle. I think it was a catch and shoot, and his right leg does go forward. He shot another one from the corner. His right leg went forward as well. So then I was like, you know what? That is a shooting motion. His right leg does go slightly forward. So it probably is a
that's
foul.
where the commentators got it wrong. They're like, that's not a shooting motion. That's what
But it was
I
his
agree.
shooting motion.
I agree with what you guys are saying.
Okay.
But your little model here, I think it was literally like that. And I just think you can just not call that. I just think it's no call.
I can understand live not calling it. I can understand like iffy, but watching it under review, you're just gonna stick with whatever.
Like I don't think Jimmy kicks because I agree it's Jimmy's natural body movement in the shooting motion, and so I don't think he meant to kick anyone. So like they were like could be an offensive foul, could be a flagrant.
Yeah.
foul.
I was
I'm
like,
like,
oh my
no.
god.
I was actually
I was
like,
gonna die.
I'm like, this is his normal movement, but I also think it was very, very slow and minor. I think it could have been no call. That's my take on it.
So you're saying you would overturn it?
Yeah, I would call it a no call, not an offensive foul.
And you're saying could, as in 50-50 or 75%?
If I was like, what would I do?
Yeah, what would you do?
I would say calling the floor on the call on the floor.
Here we go.
Has been overturned.
Wow!
It's a jump ball.
It's a jump ball.
Wow!
Because
And then we would have lost it because it was Aaron Gordon?
Yeah. Well,
Nah, that was my worst nightmare. I was like, man.
there's also a missed shot. You probably 9 times out of 10 a missed shot loses to.
Because they're worrying about who got the rebound.
Yeah.
That was
Anyway, whatever. I think you'll find most people were actually on the opposite side.
Yeah, they're all sooks. Absolute sooks. They don't know how to play defense.
Well, in fairness to you, I guess you're not sooking today. You've come in a very happy mood.
Let's go!
I'm telling you right now, if I lost, I've never watched my team in the
Probably
NBA
wouldn't be
finals.
here.
If I watch Philly lose in the NBA finals, man, I probably couldn't talk for a week. I could maybe come on the pod, but I would just sign language for a week.
It's been slow and steady. Yeah.
Staying with the Nuggets. So we talked about the KCP. We talked about Bruce Brown. Christian Braun is surely going to be getting...
He's made a great
Can
spot.
we like, I don't know.
Brown. Sorry, Christian Brown.
Far out,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You're
Sorry.
as worse as the ESPN guys.
Sorry, Christian Brown has surely earned himself a spot,
He's got a spot, yeah.
in the proper rotation next season. Jack White, Duke's own Jack White, is the 7th ever Australian to win an NBA championship. He's pretty much the 15th man on their
I was gonna say.
on their roster,
I
but he
haven't
is
seen.
Aussie.
I haven't seen him.
So he got he played for Duke with Zion. He was good with Zion, man. He was
Maybe
like
they can go back to back.
he
Spit roast time.
Okay. So he played with Zion, RJ Barrett, and Cam. What's the other guy?
Johnson.
Cameron. No, not Johnson.
Oh, Cameron.
Cameron Payne?
No.
I don't know.
What was the Cam? Is it Cam something?
Cam.
The three of them: RJ Barrett, Zion, and who's the other one? Cam Reddish.
Oh, okay.
Cam Raiders.
Yeah,
Three
yeah,
Duke
yeah.
guys, but on that team as well was Aussie Jack White, and he was a 4-year Duke player. Anyway, didn't get drafted. Came down and played in the NBL for Melbourne United, I believe it was. And then went and worked out for the Nuggets and got himself a 2-way contract. Played pretty well. Didn't get lots of minutes, but anyway, he's a champion.
He's a champ.
Jack White, Aussie champ.
Is he the
Shout out to Jack White.
Is he the man bun?
No.
Okay, there was a guy
Blonde.
with man bun.
Blonde guy.
Short hair.
Yeah, short guy.
I didn't even see him.
Blonde hair.
Looks
So
like an
shout
NBL
out to
player.
him.
Yeah,
Shout
Aussie.
out to Jeff Green, who had open heart surgery or heart surgery
Wow.
in 2012, I think it was. And they said he wouldn't last 5 more years. I think it was 2012. Went to the NBA Finals with LeBron, and now is a champion, Jeff Green. He played some meaningful minutes in the NBA Finals. That's about as much like shout-outs for the bench guys and stuff like that I'm going to shout out. Aaron Gordon.
He's solid.
You know what?
Just been
You
solid.
know what, man?
Underrated.
We at the Sixers, we have...
Tobias Harris
But
is not
even-
Aaron Gordon.
Even
Tobias Harris is not Aaron Gordon.
even if they had Aaron Gordon, they wouldn't even know how to use him. I don't give a damn. This is where
No, that's
They'd
right.
have him shooting.
That's
threes.
right. That's right. That's
In the
right.
corner.
No, I agree. But
corner or frozen.
that's right. We wouldn't know how to use him, but like, it's when you watch, it's so funny. So the Sixers starting lineup.
Okay, that was.
We always get back
Run
to
it
the
back,
Sixers
throw
on
it
this
back.
show. I'm sorry.
I love it.
Joel. The
Disappointment.
Nuggets have Jokic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like where
James
this
Harden.
is going.
The Nuggets have Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey, I would equivalent to like Michael Porter Jr., the young, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I would
similar
give that to
way.
us right now. Though.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
give that one.
I'll
So
give that to you.
2-1.
PJ Tucker, KCP.
KCP.
But
No,
No,
KCP.
KCP is a
KCP.
bucket. He's
Like,
more
Yeah,
of a bucket.
even yeah.
Tucker's great on defense. Great hustle.
KCP
In
is
the
just
playoffs.
as good.
Yeah,
He's-
but
and
he
he's
doesn't-
quicker.
He doesn't commit the amount
And
of
then
3-point fouls.
Tobias Harris and Aaron Gordon.
How much is Tobias Harris worth for you on your roster?
$1 billion. $1 billion.
What's Aaron Gordon's contract? I wonder.
No, he's eating.
He's
got.
eating.
He's,
He's
I
eating,
think
he's eating.
he's on at least 20. I think he's on at least 20 a
Really?
year.
Is that how much a dunk contest it gives you?
Yes, I think he is. I'm pretty sure he's on at least 20
That's
a
why
year
he's so
around that.
big. He's on that
Bro,
LeBron James diet.
As you said, bro, like using him properly, using your team properly.
Thank God there's no doc, at least.
No.
Aaron Gordon was so awesome. You know, he's been so awesome for the Nuggets when Jeremy Grant walked out because basically he didn't want to. You know, he wanted to
Jeremy
make
Grant.
when he wanted to make more money for himself. How much is he on?
21.
There you go.
Huge.
And that was off the top of my head.
4 years, 86 mil. Can you imagine? What a life.
When Jeremy Grant walked out, wanted to be more of a star player, good on him. They brought in Aaron Gordon. I wish we could make such
They
acquisitions.
get Aaron Gordon.
They traded out Gary Harris, who people like. I still like Gary Harris, but
I thought it was
Gordon-
risky.
Aaron Gordon's the right move.
Because
And he was-
he's a bully.
The Nuggets were really...
He's a bully on the court.
The
Yeah.
Nuggets were really trying, like, during that process, they were really trying, like, because MPJ was coming back, Aaron Gordon. I was like, man, this is, like, one kind weird experimental team that they're going on right now.
But at the same time, it
And it
all
worked.
made a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you end up with KCP, and Murray, and then like MPJ is very much a shooting type, even though he's tall, very much a shooting type. So you did need that other muscle with Jokic,
The hustle guy.
and the Heat.
The hustle big.
The Heat just couldn't. Unfortunately, with your personnel, you just couldn't keep up with basically Jokic and Gordon. You know, the two big man game,
We almost made
dumping it down.
Jokic snap today. I was so close. Oh, man. I was
You
like,
need a Morris, mate. You
please.
need the Morris twins there.
Yeah,
Um,
seriously, we needed him to snap.
So Aaron Gordon, good on him, man, and that's awesome for them. And now let's get to the next two guys. Jamal Murray.
He's a Canadian in that.
Great at Kentucky. You know, nice in his first few years. Then we got to see Bubble Murray. Bubble Murray, awesome. And then in 2020, in the 21-22 season. No, yeah, 21.
Yep.
No. 20.
20.
No, 2021 season. Does his ACL at Golden State, misses the rest of that season, misses the whole of last season. You know, and we're like, shit. And I always believed. You can go track back on this show. I always talked about, even though we're not seeing him, what we saw last time we saw Murray, he was awesome in the bubble.
Yeah.
Anyway, comes back this year. Didn't really dominate this year. It was not like we're like,
Yeah,
oh,
he had his few games where
yeah,
he
but
closed.
we weren't like, oh, there's Bubble Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we also don't hear of Denver a lot as well.
That's right. But still,
I was
he's
still trying to monitor the situation.
yeah, he still didn't. Anyway, comes into this playoffs, especially in your series, and I was like, fuck me.
That's dirty.
This
Still
guy's
dirty.
unreal.
Yeah.
Like, there was a couple games, we already talked about it, that if it wasn't for him, like, say it was James Harden, like, you guys would have gone two games,
the
I reckon,
shot
minimum.
making
Minimum.
He was
He
doing.
was just, like, when Denver, like, ran out of ideas, even Jokic ran out of ideas,
it was just,
he was just making stupid
Yeah,
shots
yeah,
in some of these wins against you guys.
even Jokic's shots.
And his
were-
importance for drawing the defense. He's so calm. Jamal Murray, with the adversity he went through, he deserves this championship. Good on him. And I mean, one question I guess I have for him is he we ready to call him a superstar, or is he not a superstar yet? I think that's one question that's already.
See. I was very hyped. You remember me doing the whole blue arrows kind of thing at the start of the season, but I want to give it to not superstar yet.
Not superstar.
Nah,
yet.
I have to calm it down.
But
have to calm it down.
Well, let me ask you now.
I want to see it next year
Okay, do you agree with that? I'll ask you so you can talk.
because I just want to see longevity.
superstar. I don't think superstar. Yeah.
Okay.
no.
Come on!
So now,
2-1. And you?
oh yeah, no superstar,
Okay,
right?
three.
like that.
No superstar. So now let me ask,
What does it take?
what will it take for him to be a superstar? We call him a superstar.
For me, it's next year. Consistency in either or both, just the assist and the points game. Like, I saw too many dipping of the points during this playoff period, so I just want to see that, like, that steadfastness of points being like 25 or 20, minimum, and then that assist also being that consistent.
But the only thing about this is, and this is going to be my new theme going into next year, they, especially the last month, they got the number one seed. Murray didn't have to go nuclear in the regular season. Jokic, by the end of it, didn't care about getting MVP. And then here we are, he destroyed the Lakers and like by himself some games. What I'm getting at is how and fucking Miami made the fucking final. What argument can you tell me now that I should be judging Jamal Murray in the next 82 games he plays compared to the 30 games he plays after that, or the 20 games he plays in the playoffs?
I think
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right
yeah,
now,
it's right now. It's very.
when you say to me, I love Jamal Murray's game, I reckon you mean
Is he better than Jimmy Butler?
No.
Is he ever going to
Jamal
be better
Murray?
than Jimmy
I
Butler?
don't think he's better than Jimmy
Oh,
Butler
he has
right
the
now.
chance to be.
Yeah.
But
Is Jimmy Butler a superstar?
We'll talk about it when we get to that's a little preview
Okay.
for
Come
Well,
on.
little preview for when we
That's
get into next season.
That's how I'm judging the Jamal Murray if he can reach superstar
It's a
level.
right conversation
Yeah.
as well.
It's like it's hard to bring up someone like Donovan Mitchell because their season didn't end too well,
but he played well in the regular season. What I'm just saying, I'm not even sure my answer.
Yeah.
I'm just sort of asking the question out to everyone.
yeah.
What the hell are we doing now moving into this next season? Because they've just shown us that
They've ticked everything.
get the number 1 seed and then take off the last month. Not Clippers style, not the whole season. Take off the last month, get the number 1 seed,
I don't know.
and win the championship.
They've done it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But-
And step up in the playoffs. Their defense stepped up. Murray stepped up. Jokic even stepped up himself. Everyone, like Christian Brown stepped up. What I'm saying is like,
What else is left?
Is
to-
Murray just going to be Jimmy? Is Murray just going
yeah.
to step up every April, May, and June? And it's like, fuck. Well, what do we? Because we have to watch 82 games of Joel, and we have to watch 82 games.
You have to watch
of
82
these
games
regular-
of Joel.
of these regular season like heroes, and we think about it when we talk about it's like we get like short-term memory loss when the season gets into the thick of it. We only talk
Right.
about the regular season, don't we?
Right.
We act as if this regular season is the thick of it when really it's actually these 3 months. And Jamal Murray, I don't think he's a superstar. I don't know when to judge him. Like, when do I start? If he plays-
Maybe Tatum's level.
I would have given him superstar if he was more consistent in his performances in the playoffs. But they didn't need that superstar power in that playoff moment.
Yeah.
And I can split it off in 2 different facets for sure.
So,
having that consistent playoff run and a consistent regular
So if he
season run.
gets, if they say, I know this doesn't happen, but say we get the exact same thing happen next 2 years, and they win 3 championships like this.
That's
No,
tough.
listen.
That's tough.
That's what I'm saying.
different.
Don't say that.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
the thing is, did I call when I think about it? Because you're triggering me now, right? I don't think I call Klay Thompson a superstar.
Neither.
Like that's how you know what I mean?
In terms of gameplay,
Yeah.
I don't.
When you look at
Yeah, nah.
some sort of
It's
trill,
tough.
gold, we're putting them in the Golden State
I
kind of
call
thing.
my
And-
juggernauts
yeah.
superstars. Who I call juggernauts,
Yeah.
I call superstars.
Yeah. See, Stephen Curry is the superstar.
Yes.
And it's not all.
Yes.
It's not those 3 players: Draymond, Clay. It's Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
And for Nuggets team, it's Jokic. Then you have those other guys.
Do you think that
and
Jamal
star
Murray
players.
has the potential to be
Oh,
better than Clay ever was? That's,
Oh,
that's a very tough
That's
question.
tough.
better than Clay.
Because Clay was very
many years did we get of
robotic.
Clay?
He's very robotic.
How many years
but
did we
he's
get of
like
him?
the best. Oh, I don't know. 8 of the best.
Sorry. 8.
Eight of the best years. Yeah. How many years did we get of him?
How many good years of Clay did we get?
You're gonna give me.
I think like all up, we probably got an 8 by now. Clay very robotic, very does what he does, but he did it at arguably the highest level. He's like the ultimate role player, Klay Thompson, like the best role player ever. One of the, you know what I mean?
Because for me, call me a boomer. I like Ray Allen.
Yeah,
But
well,
that's
Clay
fine.
was anyway,
Yeah.
but it's just I'm not even on any side.
Yeah, no, that's
it's just I'm fucked going into next season.
It's-
I'm so
I
sad.
don't know who to judge.
I
Ju-
can't
like,
wait.
I'm
Can't wait to
so
roast you again next season.
Oh, no, but you can't because
Lakers.
because now I see the light.
Kyrie.
I see clearly now. The rain is gone.
It's gonna be weird saying the
but he's gonna see it.
interpretations.
He's gonna see it from a twisted point of view. He still won't see it from the correct way. You know, you have that 20/20 vision, but it's still like 17 on this side and maybe
process is
21 on
still
that
lingering.
side. Yeah, it's gonna go cross-eyed turn.
So, yes, Jamal Murray. It's interesting moving forward. Now we move to the man himself, Nikola Jokic.
Yes, sir.
Nikola Jokic. What do you ask?
It's a bit goated. He's pretty goated right now.
We do this.
We're talking about it. We're talking about it. Let's go.
You're showing D Wade.
Let's go.
All right, now Nikola Jokic, Finals MVP, drafted the highest draft pick to ever be Finals MVP, drafted at number 41 during a Taco Bell commercial, famously.
That's crazy.
He's
Fittingly too.
a two-time
Back-to-back MVP.
MVP. He's 28. We won't do the is he the best player in the world. We'll save that for previewing next season. But where are you at, Rice, with Nikola Jokic?
I was really like non-Jokic.
So you and I, out of the three of us here, and even including former host,
He's a Mark Jackson kind of guy.
including former host Jack, who loved Jokic, and I always fought for Embiid and all that sort of stuff. But right now, you and I, the two lowest on Jokic, have to face the music.
We have to face the music.
Please don't stop the music.
Regardless of what happens moving forward, and regardless of what happens in the past, Jokic is he unbelievable?
Yeah.
Is that a word we can use for him?
For some reason, it's like no one could stop him from receiving the ball in the key. Like it's like it was so easy for him to get it in the key, and then the thing is he doesn't even dunk, so he's finishing around the rim. He makes it look really easy. Like you as a big guy, when you play ball, when you I don't know, but Jokic, he just turns around, and whether it's a finger roll or just like he makes it look too easy that it's like everyone should be doing. Why is every center not doing that?
It's a butterfly kind of move.
But really, like turning around and shooting that close to the rim when you're that big, it might not be that easy.
He's never panicked.
Yeah,
he's never worried.
He can play with his back against the rim.
He has a
perfectly
bag.
fine.
He has a bag, but he doesn't care about going to it. He just you can see that this guy truly thinks to himself, what is the best thing I can come up with here?
Yep.
Is it a pass there? Is it a shake here? Is it a turnaround floater? Is it a hook? Is it a 3-point shot?
He doesn't look
And
like he hesitates.
No.
It's like there's other players big like Jimmy when he threw that ball away was hesitating.
Exactly.
Yogi is just like it's not even hesitate. It's like, oh no, that option's not there. Let's turn this way. Oh, that's not there. Oh, let's just do this over the back.
Trust
Like
his
yeah,
teammates.
there's no hesitation.
Butler just stops stops everything. But he just keeps moving with grace. He's like A, B, C, D.
Yeah. It's like
JK. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
finally.
No, we can go there to F.
Yeah. In one motion.
Most players in the NBA, like Jokic might be, for a center especially, for a big man, for the main option, like scoring option. He is the main scoring option, really. Like it's not just Jimmy. It's every superstar in the NBA. They're like, all right, they just think to themselves, I've got to pull off a miracle here.
Yeah.
Jokic doesn't think like that. He just thinks, as I said, what's the most effective play right now? He just, as you said, he just does the right play, makes the right play, and he obviously you have to commit to that as well. He commits to it. Yeah, he had turnovers today.
Yeah.
But it's something. Obviously, he's talented and he's a smart basketball player. That helps. But I think, and trusting your teammates, I think there's a culture in the NBA that because it is the superstars league, 5 on the court. Like, I've got to do this. I've got to do it. and it's on me, and I've got to do, even if it's something stupid, I've got to do it.
I'm getting paid the money.
Yeah,
I need to.
I've got to
I
do
need to
it.
turn something
Whereas
up.
Jokic, and did you see, like, he doesn't even care that they won. You know what I mean? Like, he's happy, but he just wants to get home to Serbia, ride his horses and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I wanna
He
be in the pool.
genuinely, like, I'm sure he's very, very happy, but he just like truly is a guy who's just unfazed, doesn't care. As in, not doesn't care, doesn't panic is probably
Yeah,
the best
just
way I
doesn't.
can
But
sum up.
that's how he deals with it. You know how Giannis, the whole failure. It's great watching the NBA. It's men's soap opera. But how people deal with this emotional stress of it. You know, we see
Pressure,
how
the
LeBron,
stress.
yeah, like, oh my God, LeBron keeps everything in his head, and everybody's like, my God, I can't deal with it. And it's quite refreshing to see Jokic just being like, I just really care what brings me absolute joy in life. It's just being in the pool, the horses, and then the basketball court will be the basketball, we'll just be left in the basketball court, and that's it. So,
But with like Giannis, for example, I think he's trying to train himself into that mentality. You know, see what I'm saying? Giannis like hates it, like normal guys. He hates like losing, for example. Jokic does as well, but I genuinely think Jokic, like, it's just his nature. He doesn't have to train himself to calm down. I think his nature is, you know what? I'm gonna be better next time if we lose, and if we win, great. I'll see you next year. You know what I mean?
Maybe they've had enough losses to bring a coat of armor to the point where it's like, it's that he can own it.
Yeah, they weren't great a few years ago. Like, as in right at the start of the Jokic,
They're always
Nurkic,
just falling out.
Jokic,
of things.
Nurkic, Emmanuel Mudiay sort of years.
yeah, Mike.
Rudier, oh my God.
Gosh,
Yeah.
he's even in EuroLeague anymore.
I
don't think
I don't know
so,
where he
bro.
is. I know he was drafted pretty high, wasn't he?
Bro.
But yeah, no, they did have their tough years. And just finally on the coaches, Michael Malone. You're not allowed to say Mike. Michael Malone.
Really?
He doesn't.
He called somebody out for saying
Yeah,
Mike.
for a
Get
while.
out,
For a
really?
while, he doesn't like it. He's like says, "Do not say Mike." Michael Malone. Michael Malone. He's
one
had
of
his
those
journey,
guys.
and he made some great adjustments in this series. Great tactics, obviously, just going directly with Aaron Gordon. We wouldn't have done that with Tobias. And obviously keeping everyone happy. Obviously, just everything. And Spoelstra, is he the best coach in the NBA?
I'll give him a
It's
clap.
No,
it's
well-
a straight yes for me.
Well, for me, the two best coaches, or the three best coaches, maybe four best coaches, maybe five. No. But Michael Malone, it's Eric Spoelstra, Michael Malone, because they've been able to do it this season, and Eric Spoelstra really proved to everybody Mike Malone has the tools available and was able to utilize it. Eric Spoelstra threw the book.
Yeah.
Zone, flash 1-2, flash, you know what I mean? Everything. The rotation, Kevin Love, Zella, today, basically, fouling Jokic all day, but Mike Malone was able to absorb all Jokic's anger,
Yeah.
in him and convert it to the referees, and I've seen that from him a few times as well. It's like, I'm going to deal with the refs, you guys just focus on the ball. So Mike Malone, I want to say goated, but it's obviously quite rash to say that when you've just won one title, nothing else to show for it. But yeah.
Just to finish off here today, boys, I've got a bit of a surprise for you.
Really?
Now, we did a
don't know
little
what's coming.
thing pre-season.
Don't tell you got it.
We did a little thing
It's
pre-season.
come already.
Called 2023 playoffs predictions.
Yeah.
We did this
Yeah, that's fine.
right at the start of
that's
the season.
Fine. That's fine.
Who did we all had the exact same Eastern Conference Finals?
That's fine.
Philly.
Philly Bucks. We all had as the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, that's fine.
0, and we're gonna keep score here. All right. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Everyone, we didn't get any of those. Western Conference Finals.
Have Lakers.
Cheech. We'll start you off as the
I
lowest.
can't remember.
You had Warriors Clippers 0, 0.
Okay.
You had You had Lakers Clippers. So Ryan's won.
Let's go.
You know what? I want to say I was baited into Clippers, and I was baited into 76.
Well, I still stand by that especially the way that they looked at the first game. Kawhi. If PG was in, I've said this for 4 years straight. If PG was in, I reckon they would have won.
If Kawhi Leonard didn't go down, I think they would have beaten the Suns.
And maybe the Nuggets.
No, and the Nuggets. No, that's what I mean.
No,
They would've-
come on. Ifs that, this.
Yeah, all right.
that.
Let's not do
keep
this.
going.
All right.
And so
I had the
you're
Western
on one.
Conference Finals as the Clippers and the Nuggets. I should get double points for that.
No, your bracket was totally wrong.
This is preseason.
Yeah, but okay, but how about a recent?
Yeah, all right, whatever. All right. Now, the NBA Finals, I had Bucks Clippers wrong. You had Sixers Lakers wrong. And you had Bucks Clippers wrong. And then champion, I had Clippers, you had Lakers, and you had Bucks. Wrong. So me and Ryan are on 1 point each. Don't think the predictions stop there. Because we've got the individual award predictions before the season started. Coach of the year, I went with Willie Green of the New Orleans Pelicans.
The Cavs coach.
That was trash.
You guys both went with the Cavs coach.
Yeah, that was
JB Bickerstaff,
And then we
which
found
was
out
close.
Mitchell was a fraud anyway.
Yeah.
And then,
Lack of depth.
so 0-0s. Sixth man of the year, I went with Christian Wood. Did not eventuate.
I went
You went
Porter
with
Jr.
No, you went with Seth Curry.
Yes, you did.
You went with Jordan Poole. That went horribly.
Hey, Jordan Poole, where's all the baddies, man?
Most improved player, I went with Anthony Simons. You went with Kevin Porter Jr. And you went with Tyrese Maxey. Or obviously zeros.
So I get half point at least? No.
Zeros across the board. Rookie of the year, I went with Keegan Murray. You guys went with Banchero.
Yeah, I felt like that was obvious. Well, I don't know.
Damn.
I feel like, no.
Who's on top of the leaderboard?
Do you recall that moment when you chose him?
Yeah.
Like, were you trying to, like, play a smart game? Like, for me, that was the most obvious.
Talking about, like, reaching your potential, like, Banchero was either going to not, like, sort of semi-flop as a number one pick, and then that looks bad for awards. Keegan Murray, I really liked how he was going to slot into the Kings, and Keegan Murray was very close. I'd say he would have been
got a lot of throws
Nah,
for his rookie season.
Paolo
Yes.
had a strong start.
Yep, so 2-1-1. Defensive player of the year, I went with Rudy Gobert.
Oh.
You went with Bam Adebayo, and you went with Bam Adebayo, all zeros. Scoring champion.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Scoring champion, who
I don't
scores the most in regular?
Averages.
Averages.
In the regular season.
Okay.
I went with Joel the Process,
Which
which was correct. He won it.
Get out.
So two.
he's been close. Joel's been close every time.
Well, he won it last year.
It's 'cause
So he's won it 2 years in a row.
no one can shoot on your
2,
team.
2,
besides
1.
him. That's what it comes down to. actually.
Yeah,
you went.
exactly.
You went with Luka and you went with Luka. You went with Giannis.
Giannis
and then
was too injury prone. And
What was Luka? Was he close?
yeah, he was very close. So he was running with Embiid. And MVP, we all went with Joel. So a point each. So that ends up with 3-3-2. So.
Get out of here! You really,
we did this on the soccer show yesterday. Literally yesterday, we went over our preseason predictions, and me and Aiden tied as well. So I'm undefeated. I might have tied both, but I'm undefeated.
Next year I'm gonna go with 100%.
Nah.
You guys persuaded me with all the bullshit. Clippers. They really wanted me to go with Nets. They really. I said no. I said, and throughout the whole year, you were like, "Oh my God, Nets coming good," and I'm like, "Nah, stay steadfast, man. They're gonna blow
You
it up.
should have got our
They're
top
gonna
10
blow it up."
player prediction.
We'll do so before every season starts here at the Bronx Shear Basketball. We do top 10 players coming into the season. So right before the season, we'll do our new top 10 and we'll react to our old top 10. But that wraps up this NBA Finals. The Denver Nuggets are your NBA champions. Cheech, I haven't actually told you this, and we'll sort of talk about it off the pod. But we're going to be taking a break next week because until our recording day next week, until then, there's nothing happening.
What do you mean? Zion's still active.
Jamal Murray.
The NBA, however, though,
yeah, I'm keen.
However, though, the NBA draft is next week, so we will be talking to you within the next couple of weeks, and then there's NBA free agency.
Yeah.
In less
Damian
than
Lillard.
in less than 3 weeks, there's NBA free agency. That's going to be massive. So we will be around for the next few weeks. But overall,
CP3
thank
getting
you for
traded.
joining us for this season of the Bronx Cheer Basketball, this NBA season. Your
been a good
debut
one.
seasons, guys.
It's come very quick.
Yeah.
It's come super quick. It's been a good time.
Unfortunately, it
Been a very good
ends
That was
in
mad.
Yeah,
Sorry
it's
for my
crazy.
delay.
it ends in
but-
the exact
It's
same
mad.
fashion as every year for the Sixers. We lose in the second round.
Yeah, and Miami Heat, we just lose in the final, finals, which is,
Lakers will be back.
it's
I
alright.
already
It's
know. We're
better
getting
than
Kyrie.
76ers.
We're getting some picks. We're getting some free agents.
Lakers still end up delusional.
We'll never change that. Not Stitch.
If
It
you
will
are
never change.
new to the show this season, hit that subscribe
Yes,
button
sir.
and that notifications bell. And if you're just listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, hit the 5-star rating and the like button. Thanks for joining us again.
Thanks for
And
joining.
we will talk to you soon.
Bye.